Hey, it's Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. I'm going to take a break from what I'm doing here. I want to show you guys what exactly is that I'm doing. I know I've gone through this before, but I don't know if I've actually shown all the steps. And I added a different step in this time that I haven't talked about before, but it's a real good tip. All right, this is the area that I'm at right now. This morning I was showing you a farrowing over in this field here. That's a turnip field, and those are the huts that we use. They weren't really necessary to put them out, but I had to get them off this field, so I might as well put them over there in case we got bad weather. We're not going to have the sweltering hot sun like we do midsummer, so it's not as much of an issue. But I put them over there anyway, and just in case we got torrential rains, I guess, you know. An ounce of whatever, it's worth a pound of cure. An ounce of prevention, a pound of cure. Okay, now you take a look at that field over there and you see the forage that's on there. All right, those are turnips and various other forages that I mixed in. I got some peas in there, I got some ryegrass in there, and then the weeds came up too. Now this field is identical to that field in size and fencing configuration. Identical. I just ran the pigs off this field, and you can see they ate almost everything off of this. Almost. There are two plants in the middle here that they didn't touch, and I have no idea what they are. But they won't be around for long. Okay, now having that many pigs on this field from winter until now, I've deposited lots and lots of manure on this field. And it's good and bad. Too much of it can be really bad because you're putting too much nitrogen down on the field. And it's actually, I can smell it just a little bit. And that's how I know it's getting to be a little bit too much. Now, if we were, let's say we were doing a produce operation out here, I'd be planting on this and we'd be taking a huge amount of produce off. And so I'm taking a lot of that nutrient and getting it off the field. In this case, I've been feeding the pigs out here, and they've been manuring out here, and they've been urinating out here. So they're building nutrient into the soil in large quantities. And then really all we took off was the pigs. We took them off. So we did take a lot of nutrient off, but not near enough because it's starting to get a little bit ripe. So if we have to get some of the nitrogen gone, what we want to do is put down carbon. And what I got is this. These are chips from the guys that are clearing the lines. And I just asked them if they wouldn't mind dumping here, and I've gotten 15 loads, and they're not done. I've got a mountain of the things now. So I spread about 10 yards in here, and it really doesn't look it, but I did because the bucket on my tractor is about a half a yard, and I made 20 trips, and they were heaping loads, and then I would just tip the bucket and go along, and it would just sprinkle out. And I got enough. I could put more down if I wanted, but I don't want to overdo it. When you put wood chips down, you're actually going to need nitrogen from the soil to break them down. So I figure that will kind of even things out. I've not done this before. I've heard about it. So we'll see. Now here's a row right here. I've told you what I do is I go through with a cultivator and I just smooth it out a little bit, and then I'll come right back through with a broadcast seeder and get it planted. And where it's August, I still have a lot of growing left. I could put rye down in this part of the country, I could, but I have a lot of turnips, so I'm going to put them down. And my thinking is that I will get a good stand of turnips in here about the time that field is cleared off, and then I can get them back over here. The problem with that is I don't want to leave any field bare in the wintertime. I don't want to do that, and I may have to do that over there. If I do, what I will do is I will mulch it. I'll mulch it really heavy, and maybe that will lessen the sting on the soil. The soil over there is as rich and nutrient heavy as this is over here, so leaving it bare maybe might not hurt it too bad. Okay. All right, another thing I wanted to talk about was this field over here with the turnips on it. I turned them in there like 3 days ago, and there's 6 sows and a boar. The sows are big. They're going through 5-6 pounds of feed a day. So you add that up, and our feed, 20-30 cents a pound, you know, depending on what we're doing. And I have not fed them since I put them on. I did put some feed in for them to see if they were needing feed, and they didn't even touch it. So the tops on those turnips is good for them. They like it, and then they're able to root down into the soil and get quite a bit of mineral that they need. So let's say I can keep them on there for 2 months. That's a lot of savings in feed, a whole lot of savings in feed. So this time of the summer, when I'm putting pigs on fields that I've cultivated for them, there's a great relief because the great need for feed diminishes, and the pigs are, oh, they're so happy when they're on that green stuff. Okay, thought you'd find that interesting. It's Mark from Baker's Green Acres. Anyone can farm.